Mm. Every zip cures the pain. Greetings, yeah. Better. Filthy, filthy effort microphone, but hey, it works. Okay, as on unpopular demand, me, your favorite Caucasian of Austria. Oh, man, been a while, but I need to rant. And nobody can run away from YouTube. No, it's been a while since I made a video on this channel. Should do more, but I think most people do a better job than me. It's just like I'm frustrated a little bit, almost, you can say. If we're in this weird limbo state of gaming right now. Okay? We can clearly see that the console community is taking hit after hit after hit. Not to my humble delight, I must say. I'm very much enjoying it because as someone who plays on a PC for now way over 30 years. I actually should have brought some of the old hardware upstairs. I found my original learning PC that I got in 1992. Where I learned how to type, how to use Windows 3.11. Yeah, that was an adventure. But yeah. So you can say I have been here a long time. Preferable by my little humble shelf of nothing. You know? There are more. There are some. This is just a select few, and the rest is in storage because, man, this room wouldn't be big enough for everything. I mean, I just over there in this corner I have all of my DVDs, just all of them. I tried to put something in the back corner if somebody says seen my other videos. Oh boy, a shelf of 504 DVDs, and I didn't even scratch. It's not even close to halfway through my collection that is still downstairs. And I'll try to rearrange it to just the normal emeralds and the normal clamshell DVDs and Blu-rays. I mean, there's just the DVDs, the Blu-rays. I didn't even count the Blu-rays. Holy fuck. And the big boxes, I made another shelf where just the big boxes are over there. And I have not enough room. Man, I spend a lot of my money in my hobbies. Oh yeah. Not to mention the merchandise. Oh boy, there is a lot of here. In the corners, already accumulating dust. But hey, that's beside the point. Gaming. Oh boy, gaming has been a fun mistress over the years. For most of us, I would say. If you play on consoles or on PC. Not judging. Just making fun of you. But that's how we do. That's how we always did. Right? And now is this, oh boy, the shitty era of games that are not fun, ugly, problematic. Okay? And overall, people are crying in the streets over butt cheeks and boobs for some weird reason. Because they themselves don't have any. On them or to grab. You know? It's a frustrating life if you have nothing. Honk honk. Yay. Man boobs. Oh, it's still an E cup. Oh, an A cup, sorry. Man, E cup. Could you imagine? Anyways. Yeah. And now that this, what is this game right now? Split Fiction? And people are going up and down the streets again. Oh, it's woke. It's woke because there are two women. What? I've seen only a couple of streams because I didn't even care for this game at the moment. But What is exactly woke? Just because there are women in it? Because there are other games with women in it. Oh, and then the other side. Oh, it's so innovative because split screen technology, and it mixes up all kinds of gaming mechanics all over the place. It throws just shit at you. We had fun games that throw shit at you multiple times in the past, and it's not really that mind-blowing to see a game do shit in gameplay we would expect to be in it 10 years ago. It's this whole who was it, zero punctuation at one point. Yeah, said it the best. It's not progression if you achieve to climb up to the place where we already are. But everybody is like, oh, it's innovative. So what is here the innovation? This should have been a game 10 years ago, minimum. Okay? And I think back of all the stuff that we had in gaming, early 2000, 20 years ago. Okay? 20 years ago now. Everybody's like, oh, what we have? We had Portal in 2006 or something like this. Or 2007. The year before we had stuff like Prey, the original Prey, that was more like a Doom / Quake, like Turok kind of shooter that you actually can get on Abandonware. Not sponsored, but I'm still telling you. Same goes with a lot of other things I will mention here. Stay tuned. They had so much innovation in gaming, and not only in those I mentioned right now. Stuff where you can jump from one corner to the map to another. Portal technology, gravity play. There were so many offshoots after Portal came out that tried to be Portal with physics and dimensional puzzles and stuff. And this all disappeared because people got lazy. Because it's the same as Hollywood did. As soon as Disney got into Marvel, they got lazy because, hey, we now have the masses and the sheep will come anyway, so we can just milk them. Because we're too stupid to find the cow. Apparently. It's insanity. It's you cannot 100% blame the people who are in the woke sphere, okay? All those I don't know where to pee kind of people, Which I find still, this was a thing that they were proud of. And I'm like, oh boy, you have not made a good stand for yourself. This community had really big problems being legit from the start and now becoming more and more of a joke every single day. Okay? What really hurt gaming, I think, is the laziness, okay, and the complacency of the studios. Because, hey, we're just pumping out shit, okay, following the bigger fish in the pond, like EA. They just re-releasing the same shit all over again, and then just taking features out and then later put them back in and call them innovation. And the same thing is here now. And I will not shit on the Split Fiction game because they did a good job in making a fun video game, which, the game aspect in most of the games nowadays is a little bit lost because they're just interactive movies with either some puzzles or some shooting in between. Okay, the rest is just either milquetoast TV with shitty dialogue, even shittier story. I mean, as much as people seem to like the last Indiana Jones and the great Circle Jerk game, when you actually listen to the stuff, okay, and when you actually play it and see what it has to offer, okay, it looks okay. You have decent voice acting. The story is meh. And it's this linear path that just tries to convince you of an open world, which many games nowadays do. It's this corridor, it's this pipeline down the road. And every time you try to deviate left or right, it punishes you or completely breaks. Because either they didn't think of it, or they actually put barriers in. Because I have seen now so many games that do this whole invisible wall thing again, where you cannot reach certain places all of a sudden. The world isn't free if you give barriers, okay? Fences are not freedom. And we were on this point many, many years in the past already. We made fun of those games. We made fun of those developers. Then they started to work in the right direction. People were coming into that stuff. And now we are back to the stage where we were in 2010. And I think this is a big, big step backwards, okay? It's not just we have to work from the point where we are now. No, we have been kicked down the stairs back to 2005 and now have to work our way up again in terms of the community. Okay? Not in the how many, I don't talk about how many people are. The numbers in the games clearly show that there are a lot of people playing. Okay? Especially now that the PC crowd is now taking up like a rocket, okay? And you see the SteamDB chart, how many people at one point and peak and regular playing a certain game. Those are numbers, okay? Those are really good numbers in certain games. When they are good, achieved and perceived, okay? It's not the problem that there are more people here. The problem is the quality. And we have reached now a point where we probably will not see a game changer, okay, in that level of when they were complaining about Baldur's Gate 3, okay. I mean, I have the original Baldur's Gate box over there. You cannot see it. It's in the last shelf, very much up there. I should make an overview at one point, okay? And everyone's like, "Oh man, Baldur's Gate, yeah, that game that promoted itself with bear fucking." And everyone was also crying woke. And then everybody was blown away by the first act, and everyone was like, "Wow, this game is really good." And then the second act came, and everyone was like, "Oh." You know, there's this graph of progressivism, storytelling. The storytelling got down and the progressivism come up. And the more progressive it got, the shittier the story got. And like, didn't last very long. They didn't take their development Viagra, apparently. They couldn't keep it up that long. You know? They couldn't take it for the whole game. They only had enough standing power for the first act. And then they got, again, lazy. Because most of the time it's just laziness. Because they think they can go with the lowest common denominator again. And they're like, ugh. You know? So everybody's like, oh, it was a game changer. No, it was a game changer for those who think that they can shit their way to success. All those studios were complaining, not the gaming community. Why? Because this was a standard that we should have had long time ago. Now it's here. They ignore it. Why? Standards too high. We don't want to work. We just want the money. That's what they always think. And now you see all those studios breaking down. I mean, like I said, Ubisoft will probably not be around for very much longer after all those clown shoe situations that they are in. But hey, at least that is entertaining because the games they're making are not. And it's not a process of one step. It's a slow degrading, and it's just that have reached this point. It's like an aquarium where you know there is something wrong. The water seems to have some problems, but it's still okay. The fish look okay, the plants look okay, but it starts a little bit to smell. And then and the next day, oh, the water's a little bit discolored and it smells even more, but the fish are doing okay. Plants look a little bit, but okay. And this is slow deterioration. Then from one day to the next, everything is dead. Okay? And we are now in this drop off. And as we can see now, the people in charge in those studios are completely in Delulu land. You know? So we will not have much to expect of them in the future, and they will disappear, or we'll jump off to other studios and poison the well over there. But since there are not very much studios left that are not completely shit, which are also most people ignoring for some reason, you know, that's one thing that I always find a little bit worrying, because hey, how many studios are there still that you can actually trust with an IP? CD Projekt Red is not a studio you would trust. You used to, before Cyberpunk came out, and before they completely shit themselves on a global scale online with all of their stupid shit that they are now talking and showing. And I was like, yeesh. They have fallen far. I mean, what other studio is there now? Some indie studios? Probably. Probably indie studios that you will not hear or ever hear again after some releases. They are basically, there's our one great hit game, chuck, and then they off into the distance. Never to be heard again. Maybe making another game that is not as popular and then either dissolve or the studio will just disappear. Happened many times. Will happen in the future. Sad, but unavoidable, I guess. Okay? And even those studios who are still holding on, how long will they hold on? Even when people now say, oh, the Vogue era is over. So we've been waiting for what will come into the future. Because every time you think you have won, or you have finally a little bit of a moment of peace, shit goes down even harder. It's always been that way. Because every time you think you're safe, everybody who sees or have watched horror movies knows, oh, I'm safe. Oh, the moment before the shit goes really down. Okay. And yeah, it will be at least interesting. I'm just very sorry for the things we have lost, and we lost a lot. Oh, we have lost a lot. Like I said, I'm very sorry that we will probably, even with Monolith Studios now gone, we would never have seen another No One Lives Forever or another Fear. Even though after the second game, this franchise has basically shit the bed as well. Sad. But people are now at least have noticed that there were other games in the past from that studio, and maybe some will actually look at this and be sorry. New coffee injection, yes. Be inspired by it, or at least look for older but better gaming. There's still gaming to be seen for those who actually want to game and not just hashing up of trends and being on the I need to stream because I want to be famous on the streaming site. Come on. It's not worth it anymore. But hey, maybe in a couple of years we will see gaming being there where it already has been, or at least was. Maybe just a very dry and very long ride home. Oh boy. But, hey, I'm just some old guy in Austria, surrounded by stuff that nobody is interested in, but man, I spent a lot of time gaming. And collecting. So I've seen at least some of the shit that most people nowadays don't even know existed. But hey, in this case, cheers and see you around. Hopefully, a little bit sooner than later. And as always, stay on the path of gaming. Game a lot. Game with fun, game with friends. No? But game. Game on. Ciao, and we'll see you around. At least this gala keeps it warm. That's nice.